Welcome, guys, to another episode of the Musical Chairs of Massachusetts, where we feature musicians not only from Massachusetts, but from the New England area, all local, and we give them a venue, we hold them hostage, maybe, and we get them to play some of their songs. We deep dive into their creative process, so thank you once again for joining us for an awesome show. I am joined here by my co-host, Nikki Cross. Hi, Nikki.
Hello. How are you doing today, Chris?
I'm fine. I'm just chilling like a villain. Manilin. Villain. You know, I gotta see. This is why I'm not a musician, because I can't rhyme. I can rhyme after like the first rhyme, though. It's like, yeah, it's gone. So we have a very, very cool guest with us. And thank you, Nikki, for getting our guest here. The one and only...
I knew he would be a fun one.
Oh, yeah. No, seriously.
I knew he would be a fun one. Like, that was a blast.
Yes.
He could have sat here for like another 2 hours, and then I would have been entertained the whole time.
Oh, yeah. No, just an absolute pleasure. J.J. Dale. He has some great stories. So you guys are in for a real treat with this one. So
yeah, buckle up.
Buckle up, because he's about to get I don't know, where was I going with that? I was like invoking some like person. Anyways, so great show. But you know, before we get into it, before we start listening to some cool vibe music, how's your life going, Nikki?
My life's going pretty good. I was just at the Otter River Pub for their open mic on Wednesday. They do that every Wednesday. It's our Wednesday night soundbite. So I got to meet a lot of shameless plug. I met a lot of really great musicians that I've never met before. I got to connect with some area musicians that I've been friends with for a while. So it was a really great time, and support your local watering hole Wednesdays, and check out all the talent that this area has to offer.
So for people that don't realize, Nikki is my musician ninja.
Hiya.
So yeah, she goes to these local events, targets her musician.
My victims.
I don't know if it's a blow dart or something. They pass out. They don't know what happened.
I make them sniff the rag.
Yeah. And then next thing they know, they open up their eyes. They're at the studio, and we're making them dance like monkeys.
But they seem to have a good time and enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean,
at least you're laughing.
It's probably because the sedatives are still wearing off. But, yeah, whatever.
How do you think I got here?
Yeah, that's true. There's no door in this room. It's just one room with 4 walls.
It's the panic room.
It's the panic room. Oh my God, that's awesome. So right. I'm saying a lot. You know what? I never noticed.
You're not at the dentist.
Can you pull this one? This one hurts, but I know. But this one hurts too.
What time do you usually go to the dentist at?
You know what? I actually go on Saturdays, or I used to go on Saturdays.
I go at 2:30.
Oh my God. That's the best thing ever. So, we really just have had such a blast doing these episodes. This is what, our third one?
Yeah.
Are we at number 3 already?
Yeah.
No, we're on number 4.
Yes,
we're on number 4. This whole space-time continuum thing that we're all involved in is complicated. So,
and I don't know where I put my other flux capacitor.
Oh, well, no, not to worry, because where we're going, we don't need roads.
Just all the music.
Oh, I know. I'm going to have to edit that in there. I have to get a license. I need a license.
Yeah.
Anyways. This whole thing has been so awesome. We have 4 shows. This is the 4th episode. Maybe. And and let me tell you, we have, thanks a lot, really a lot of thanks to Nikki. We have so many musicians lined up.
Yeah, and then we're not going to have a free Saturday for a little while.
Yeah.
But it's worth it.
It is worth it. But so the first rule in podcasting is give yourself at least every other one day of the week to do stuff for yourself.
This is a whole learning experience here, Christopher.
I know. It really is. And so, oops. So we're pretty much booked from now until May, but that's okay. You know what? And I wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun.
Exactly. I wouldn't trade it. It's so much fun.
It's so much fun. And
I mean, it's that or I'd be doing laundry, so.
yeah, that's kind of not fun. So and I'm telling you, the lineup that we have,
Incredible.
There's incredible, some insane talent. So I hope you guys can again hit subscribe, like, follow,
share with a friend.
Share with a friend. It's like COVID, sharing is caring. And and also you can follow us at CG Broadcasting. That page really puts out all the podcasts and that we do, and then you can also follow us at the show. It's music. Yeah, I'm like, geez, I don't remember my own show.
The Musical Chairs.
musicalchairsmass.com. You can also find us on Facebook, the Musical Chairs of Massachusetts, and on YouTube, where this is really going to
Hopefully take off.
And that's if you want video. If you want to get the audio version of this, you can find us on all major podcast streaming services. So,
and if you'd like to be on the show and you're a musician, you can send a message right through our Facebook Messenger. That's CG Broadcasting, or shoot me an email, booking@cgbroadcasting.com. We'd love to have you on the show.
I just want to warn you, Nikki, by the time this 4th episode airs, this thing is going to be so big, your inbox is about to get blown up. Just crazy. We had a, speaking of that, we actually had another musician that I won't tell you who reached out to us from Nashville, who's going to be in the area, very professional, well established, and
it's an honor.
It's an honor, right? We don't know if it's nothing's booked yet, but maybe.
The fact that they saw little old us and want to be a part of this, that's pretty amazing.
Seriously, and right now, the way that things work out, like we haven't, I know this is your 4th episode, but for us, we still haven't, released any of this stuff yet. We've only done these little lives, so like, hey, here's what we're doing.
Little teasers.
And already it's getting a huge response. So, sweet.
It's just the beginning.
So, anyways, okay. So let's get into this. Without further
ado.
I know. I was thinking like
no further questions.
No further questions, Your Honor. I was like, no further ado, and I was like, what's ado? I know we've always said that. But like, what is that?
Wet grass.
Oh, a dew? Like Mountain Dew? I made Nikki sad. So, anyways, without further ado, let's get into it, right? All right, guys. Here we go.
Woo! Today, we're joined by the lead singer of the local band, The Verge, J.J. Dale. He was nominated for Best Male Vocalist for the 2022 Worcester Music Awards and has been singing for 34 years, playing guitar as well for about 20 of those years, along with several other instruments. He is a former old-school hip-hop radio DJ host back in 2016 for Blazin' 98.5. JJ has also done stand-up comedy and improv acting. JJ served in the Army for 9 years, where he was deployed to both Iraq and Afghanistan, and is also an instructor for Guitars for Vets Worcester. Welcome to the show, JJ.
Thank you for having me. Look at the live studio audience is going insane.
We have that live audience out in a truck out back, and yeah, we let him out for just for the show. We give him some cookies and yeah, spot on. Thank you for coming and thank you for being part of the show. Again, this is the Musical Chairs of Massachusetts, where we feature local musicians from the area, give them a little bit of a platform to perform, and we deep dive into their craft. How do they come up with their songs and their music? So again, thank you for joining us. And then I'm also joined by our co-host who you just saw, Nikki.
Hello, hello.
Hooray!
Yeah.
And yeah, so again, thank you for coming on the show, and let's just go right in there. We're just gonna go right in there. That's what she said. Oh, okay. So I know I did. Did I make that show? I did submit. I'm so out of control.
You're a menace.
I'm a menace to society. So, JJ Dale, why don't you? I'm going to ask him a question right as he's drinking. That's going to be the whole thing throughout this whole show. I'm going to wait until he's drinking, and then I'm just going to ask him.
Sorry, this looks too expensive for a spit take.
Yeah, right. I know, right? Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and just give us a little bit of a background about yourself?
Background about myself. That intro did the whole thing, man. Yeah. I do some of my own acoustic shows along with being the lead singer for the Verge. I try to just entertain and build the love bubble anywhere I can.
I love that.
JJ Dale, that where the name actually comes from. I grew up being called JJ. My dad was actually adopted. There was this crazy house fire back in 1960. His life got saved by pneumonia because he was in the hospital when the house fire happened. Weird, right?
Yeah.
So, thing. He gets adopted. His first name was Dale when he was born.
Okay.
And when he got adopted, they gave him a new first name and moved Dale to the middle name. And I got graced with being a junior. Which sounds awesome on paper until you try and apply for anything and they pull up your dad's record and it's no, that wasn't me.
Well, that's annoying.
But I grew up just being called JJ. And so I figure, that's probably the most important names that have been in my family longer than my last name has. So JJ Dale is where that all comes from. Well,
that's great. I mean, it really makes you stand out, JJ Dale. Of course, I'm just going to be honest and open here. I am bad with names. I forget my own name. I don't know who that person is over there. Is it Frank?
Oh, it's George.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
George. Got it. I shall love him and pet him and call him George. But that's such a unique name, and that's a name that people are going to remember, which is cool.
Yeah, it's when people, the older people that hear my name, you wish.com JJ Kale, huh? I'm like, yeah, that's what it is. I mean, it doesn't help that I also play bluesy type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but can't pick everything,
Yeah, right. I know. Oh my God. Speaking of which, we were trying to come up with a name for this show, and I can't tell you how many. That's why we had to change it a couple times, because there's just so many names that I've already taken. So, but as soon as we smashed in Massachusetts in there, that was it. So I get it. Let's just dive into some questions here. First thing I'm going to start off with. When did you start getting into music?
I grew up a choir boy. My dad had me at church every Sunday, and I grew up a choir boy. I started singing around the age of 4.
Nice.
Doing all those, embarrassing songs that, they take a regular song that's that transcends time, and then they turn around and they put God words into it.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So, you're sitting up there, you're 4 years old. You don't know exactly what you're singing. And you're like, Pharaoh, Pharaoh, oh, baby, let my people go,
Oh, I like that hymn.
Right? Yes. But, Yeah. Your mom gets something to smile about and blackmail with you later in life. So
Some Sister Act stuff right there.
Oh, I like
yes. So growing up, I've always had music be a part of my life, and it's just always kind of grown on me that I wanted to learn more and more and more about it. And I got sick of looking for bands to sing with when I was about 16. They like worked too hard or not enough, just wasn't a right fit.
Yeah.
And I was in one band that got this new voice pedal, like the thing you got over there, and spent a whole 3-hour practice just playing with the voices.
Oh, that's.
I don't know what that's all about.
So I started picking up instruments. I got this like secondhand Squire Strat off a kid that I probably paid too much for because I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
It had 5 strings and one of the washers was missing off. Oh, it was a nightmare. But learned how to play. Self-taught. I sat in my bathroom and just plucked strings till something sounded good. Then I got a book of chords, and that's kind of where I'm at today. I started learning this and that song. I never once did I try to learn Smoke on the Water, if that's what you're wondering.
That was the first song I learned.
Right.
I'm guilty.
I'm like, it's either that or like Stairway to Heaven.
It's too long.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, the one riff that gets you kicked out of Guitar Centers.
Yes.
Oh, that's sweet. That's cool. That's cool, man. So this has been kind of like a lifelong journey with you, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of just been the thing that's been with me throughout
Nice.
time. It's just I've always had it. Whether it's having an instrument with me, I had a guitar with me in Iraq. Actually, that guitar had no brand name because it was out of a Marlboro catalog, but my buddy had one with him over in Afghanistan. But either way, you just tap your fingers on a table and all of a sudden you have an instrument. It's never going to go away.
Hey, there were some really cool things on those Marlboro catalogs, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah. That was half my wardrobe, especially in the wintertime. I had like three of the jackets. Half the neighborhood around would throw their empty packs of Marlboros to my father. And we'd tear off all the miles and count them all up. We had the 2-man kayak, the dartboard. We had the poker table. We had it all, man.
Oh my God! I used to
Pretty
love...
sure there's still one of those duffel bags kicking around.
Oh yeah,
at my parents' house somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, between that, the Marlboro catalog, Mom would get subscribed to this other catalog, Finger Hut catalog.
Yes.
Oh God.
Yeah, and that got us in trouble.
Oh yeah.
And then the catalog on the airplanes. I don't know if you guys remember the catalogs. You fly on the airplanes and they'd have like the airplane
Sky Mall.
Yeah, Sky Mall. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, and there was crazy stuff in that one.
Everything you didn't know you needed.
Right. Exactly. right.
And now that's Wish or Temu.
Oh,
or
I know.
Or however.
Temu. I know Temu.
I found out during the Super Bowl that it's Temu.
Temu. Oh, that makes
I
sense.
want to know how they afforded those 2 Super Bowl commercials and everything's 25 cents.
Right. Yeah.
I see what you did there. I know it's like
There's a lot of snowman wine stoppers.
yeah, seriously. No, so no. Again, this is fun already. I'm just saying. I want to say too, thank you for your service, my friend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No problem.
yeah. So how many years did you put in?
I was in for 9.
Wow, 9.
I was in Iraq 04, 05, Afghanistan 10, 11.
Oh wow, you were in it. You were really in it. What motivated you to join?
Being a credit and a half short in high school and not being able to afford summer school.
Yeah.
Looking at my options,
Hey, nothing wrong with that. No.
My stepfather at the time was in already, and he's like, this is your only avenue here now, because I wasn't passing school, so I could either do another whole semester of high school, which did not sound appealing.
Nope.
But somehow at 17, what was appealing was the recruiter waving a free GED in my face and get on a plane.
Right. So, Nikki, do you have any questions for JJ Dale?
Let's see. If you had a dream venue anywhere in the world, where would you like to perform?
A dream venue anywhere in the world.
Please say the show.
I did see that that cool thing that they had in Vegas.
The Sphere.
The Sphere.
Oh, yeah.
That would be badass to play it.
Wouldn't
It
it?
was just there.
That'd be so cool. Yeah, if I had to pick one, it'd probably be that one, or any of the main train stations outside of Massachusetts. I played in all of them in Massachusetts, all the T stations. So it'd be cool to, go to the New York train stations, go to the ones in LA.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It'd be really cool to play in those too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
London's got some cool busking scene out there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Could you imagine?
So cool.
Out in London playing at some of the places that, I'm sure the Beatles have performed before they got big,
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
cool.
Just out in the streets, because busking, that was probably my favorite part of my musical life, was just street performing.
Sure.
It's ever since 2004, you don't need a permit to play outside of the train station. So I would go there for the what you call it, the commutes and stuff, and the main heavy times. But then afterward, I would go up and just kind of walk around with a guitar on my hip. And my buddy Josh had a djembe that he would have on his hip. And anytime he wasn't getting any attention, just slap it and just watch everybody jump like a cannon just went off. But anytime we saw a good group of people, we just drop and play, and just start going, which led to some really cool times. It's the stuff that you don't see anywhere else.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, that's fun. Let's see. Before we dive into some more questions, because we have a lot of questions, they are all multiple choice. So you will be graded after this.
They're all multiple choice. That's cool. See.
All the above.
That's exactly what Corey said.
I know, right? That's exactly what. So, for those of you out there that don't know anything about movie magic, we recorded multiple shows in one day. That's how we do it. Yep, that's right. The curtains are unveiled, and here's the magic.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
It's true. They're taking me away. Anyways, okay. So before we dive into any more questions, let's have you perform another song for us.
Yeah.
This is kind of like that moment where it's like, dance monkey. No, sorry.
The segue is amazing, because this one is when I was down at the train station. I'm a dirty, rotten addict. I've been smoking longer than I haven't.
Yeah.
So when I be out in the train stations, I'd wake up in the morning and I'd go down to the State Street station, mainly on the Forest Hill side of the Orange Line, that cool rainbow hallway.
Yeah.
It's it's a megaphone if you're playing, because I'm facing this way to hold the guitars going that way, so it's just carrying all the way down.
Oh, nice.
So I get done playing, I get up enough for a pack of butts and a 7-Eleven pizza, and I'd go up, hang out for a little bit, get full, then go back down and play some more. But every time I come up, it's bum life. I was out there, I was almost out there, and I knew everybody there. So every time they'd see me, I could have not even gone to the store yet and just had something rectangular in my pocket, and they'd be like, "Hey man, can I get a smoke off you?"
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Kept on the square.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote a song to get all those cigarettes back, because we can't just say no, can we?
No.
Absolutely not, because we know how addiction works. So we got to think up excuses. So this is a public service announcement from J.J. Dale about the things that you can say. The song's called Bum Square, and there's a weird version of it on YouTube where I'm actually playing it in the train station.
Oh, nice.
I think I kind of pissed off about it. I love it. In every bus station, every bar I'm in, the same motherfucker comes bumming again. They come in all different shapes, all different sizes, pocket full of quarters for compromises. Need an excuse to elude. It's my last one, no need to be rude. I swear it's my phone that makes my pocket protrude. I just bummed this off that homeless dude. Here's the answer to the question you're thinking, thing that's tugging on your mind, I bet. I got the answer to the question you're thinking. No, I don't have a cigarette.
got sympathy I lack. My brand doesn't come with a spare in the pack. I can't afford your habit, won't you cut me some slack? I can't afford your cotton asthma attack. Well, here's the answer to the question you're thinking. Thing that's tugging on your mind, I bet. Quit tugging on my shirt, how much you been drinking. No, I don't have a cigarette. Then I finally caved. I gave him a smoke and his face got brighter. Then he had the balls to ask me for my fucking lighter. Here's the answer to the question you're thinking. Thing that's tugging on your mind, I bet. Is that a twitch or are you practicing winking? No, I don't have a cigarette. No, I don't have a cigarette. No, I don't have a cigarette.
Woo! Wow. That's incredible. Wow.
Thank you, people held captive in the trailer out back.
They don't know that. Okay. Yeah, no, that was great. You know, and what I love about it too is that it's so real. It's from personal experience, and it's something. Addiction is something that everyone fights to some sort of degree. You know. So,
Oh, yeah. I fight mine with an inhaler.
There you go. Yeah. Right. I know. Mine might be food. I like food.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we all have those addictions. So I mean, that's what's great. That's what's great about music is that you can write these stories, these lyrics that are relatable to your audience. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's great.
That's the best part of it, man. It's like making light of a situation too that people literally get into fist fights in the streets all the time over. You make light of it, everybody's like, well, what's really wrong
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now?
Right.
So it can kind of calm the whole situation as well. And I'll tell you, after I wrote that song, I got all the cigarettes back. Like anytime I'd play it down in the train station, somebody would come down with like half a pack of butts and be like, oh no, now you do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. I know. It's that's awesome. Yeah, we you know, I've had, you know, I had a father that smoked cigarettes. He's been addicted to cigarettes for God. He started smoking at 18, and then he got to the point where he was smoking a pack a day. I think 2 packs a day, going through a carton a week, and it's expensive.
Super is.
Yeah, like nowadays. Oh my God, it's not only is it inflation, but it's inflation and stacked on top of inflation.
The irony of the fact that it keeps you from inflating your lungs
Yeah.
and that inflation is killing us in
Right.
the lack thereof is also killing us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. No, that's great. I've been really impressed. Not only with your creative music, your skills to writing music, but just your personality, man.
Oh man, I appreciate that.
Yeah. You have a wild personality, just a loving, caring, and you're just out there like and living life, and that's what it's all about.
Exactly. Like after everything, after doing the whole fatherhood thing, doing the 2 wars, being on the streets and all that other stuff, like what? And now I'm still kicking. I'm still here.
Right.
I'm still here. I'm gonna be here for a while.
Yes.
And what else is there to be, ashamed of or apprehensive about when it comes to living? Because, you didn't do that thing. Yeah,
Right.
Why not just say you did that thing? I've gotten into some weird random hobbies just because, what the hell? I'll check a box.
Yeah.
Couldn't find a pool league. Joined a dart team. And now I'm running a dart team. Check that box. I suck at darts. But why not?
I'm on the same journey. I've gotten into bread baking, and in
Yes.
a million years, I would have never baked bread. Like, what am I doing?
It's delicious.
And I have not been offered any bread since I've been here.
Oh my God, you're right. I
Jeez.
forgot to bring a loaf today.
Ah.
Oh, give me the fail. Give me the fail.
What's the fail?
Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
There it
I
is.
deserve all of that. So yeah, but no, I get it. There we go. No, I get it because it's funny. I've been down some really dark roads and with my past, and it's amazing how freeing it is.
Yeah.
Because once you survive that rough patch of your life, nothing else really that matters that much.
Right, exactly. Like I had just gotten through, I was dealing poker one night randomly after doing a comedy show. Because, I'll tell you something. That's a quiet way to really work on your comedy routine is have 9 people sitting in front of you that have to look at you.
Right.
And even feel compelled to fake laugh at your jokes just to hope that they get better cards. No bigger confidence boosters. So I'm doing that. And I'm walking through this place that was called the Dab Lounge, which is out in Colorado Springs. And they're walking by, 2 people happen to be walking by talking about the fact that needed somebody on a radio show, a comedian.
Yep.
And I looked back and I was like, where? They go, oh yeah, down Edison Street. It's a little ways away. I was like, give me a ride there. I'll go. I'll do it. Sure. Check another box, right?
Yeah.
So weird, funny story. As I go there and I start being a recurring guest on that radio show. So I do it for a few weeks. It was a Sunday night show, and then one week, without telling me, everybody decided that it was going to be a week off because somebody was in Vegas and somebody was doing this, somebody was doing that. So I sat outside for like an hour and a half waiting on everybody to show up. And then I get the call that, no. I'm not there. So what I ended up doing was I walked in that following Tuesday.
Yep.
And I walked up to him. I was like, so what about getting a slot on this? Because it's a small-time radio studio. They're like, yeah, we got a slot open from 11 to 1 Monday through Friday. I'm like, bet.
Nice.
That's happening. And it was old school hip hop and R&B. Like you can't get much sexier than that, right? So I walked back in, and what did I call it? I called it the lockout lunch.
Oh, I love that.
Because it's LOL, but it was also because I got locked out of that show.
Oh, I love that.
On the Sunday nights. So then I started doing that in like 2016, and putting together a lunch hour show when there's 5 military posts around is kind of fun because I knew their schedule because I was in the military.
Right.
So it's like on the way to lunch from 11 to 12, I play all this like Jodeci and Ashanti and all this baby making music, right? So then to get them riled up, on the way home. And then from 12 to 1, break your neck. Come on. It's just hard driving stuff to get them back into work.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It was super fun. It's just like wanting to check a box,
Sure.
So what's one of the craziest things you've ever encountered at a gig?
At a gig.
Yeah.
This, wow. So busking is a long gig, right? So I'm playing, okay. So here's a fun one. So I'm playing out in Colorado Springs on the side of the road next to the downtown area in a street called Tejon Street, right? And there's this place with these giant stone type window type things with planters. And I just sit up there, for like 4 or 5 hours and just playing, right?
Right.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like mid song and this guy's looking like wasted, like chocolate wasted. Like he is toast and stumbling over, and he just lays down right next to me, and I'm just continuing to play. For a second, like he put his head on my leg for a couple of seconds. I kind of scooched away, but still made it look like it was part of the show. These guys are all coming by. Like I kind of wanted to stop these people, but I also wanted to see where it goes, and like drawing stuff on him. And he fell asleep with his shoes on, in all fairness.
Oh man.
So like people are drawing stuff on his face, taking selfies with him and all sorts of stuff. Like he's a part of the show. He stole the show while he was passed out
Oh my
on the
God.
side of the road. I'm like, damn, I need an act like that.
That was the real entertainment there.
Right.
One guy came
It was
up and
interactive.
just slapped the hell out of him. Just walked up, whack, and he just looked up, back to sleep.
So it's like an interactive entertainment.
Yeah, and those are the crazy things you encounter when you're busking. Like one time we were just walking by playing, and somebody yelled a request from 4 stories up on some scaffolding.
Oh my God!
Right, and they're construction guys doing stuff. So he starts playing the drums. I start playing the guitar. We play a couple of songs.
Oh my God!
It is raining $5 bills down from 3-4 stories up onto us, and like we're trying to move the bucket over to try and let some of the money fall into the bucket because we had this white painter's bucket.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it. We had all sorts of stuff like that.
You know, I'm starting to notice a theme with this particular question, because we had another musician, Corey Knapp. We asked that similar question, and it involved a drunk person.
Oh yeah,
like drunk people are hazardous.
They're hilarious and entertaining.
Hilarious. Oh my God, they are.
Oh, and the best part about playing songs that you know for so long is that's when the people watching begins.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and you get to see how people are perceived and how people are acting around you while this is all going on.
Yep.
And it becomes gold. It becomes gold because you can actually pay attention to everything.
Yeah, it's like second nature to you. So you're just like, blah, 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 like not even focusing on the song. You can focus on the people.
Yeah, and there's all sorts of characters out in Boston. Like there was this dude that was clearly on some heavy drugs that was like bent over backwards, like because junkies don't fall.
Yeah.
They just
They do the lean.
They lean. They turn into a wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. So he's got this box of cornflakes behind him and like reaching over his body, reaching in, grabbing some, and eating it while facing up, back like this.
I mean, have you noticed that? Like, have you ever heard of a junkie like falling and hurting himself? Like, they don't. They somehow just avoid all obstacles, and their bodies, just
Their weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
yeah.
Most they get is a crick in their neck from passing out the wrong way.
Yeah, right. Oh my God. Yeah, no, that's great. Let's see. Let's go farther down the list. Farther down the list. See, I like this. I like this one. This one's fun because it says a lot about a person, I think. How they're going to answer this, so no pressure. First song you ever learned to play?
First song I ever learned how to play.
Not Smoke on the Water.
Never once. And I tell people like there are certain things that are just not allowed to happen. I have played some insane songs like just by request. I'll go outside, I'll learn it real quick, run back in, and I'll play it my next set.
Yeah.
Like that Sixpence None the Richer that kiss me under the milky twilight.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, but the first song I ever learned how to play was Nothing Else Matters.
Ooh.
Oh, Metallica.
Yeah. Took me a long time to learn to play it all the way through. Still don't quite have the solo down, but I can play the rhythm guitar part, pretty much all the way through. First song I learned to sing and play was Every Rose Has Its Thorn.
Oh my God, yes. Yes. I love it. Yeah, I know there's a fun story too about Seal letting him use that for that Batman movie, that wonderful Batman movie. Yeah, so I check that out, but not before you finish watching the show. Yeah,
don't watch this show in the theater.
You're right.
There are certain things you're just not able to do.
Right. No, that's great. That's great. I'm a huge Metallica fan. Like I was talking at one of our previous shows about my first cassette, because that was about the time when I got into music, was the cassette. I had the Casio Walkman.
Yeah.
And my very first cassette was Metallica Kill 'Em All.
Oh, yeah, Kill 'Em All first.
Yeah.
You started from the beginning.
Right from the beginning.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was my first concert, actually, was Metallica back in
in
'96.
That was my first We're brothers from another mother.
Did we just become best friends?
We're best friends.
We don't have a lot of room to do activities in here. Sorry.
My first concert ever was Summer Sanitarium, 1999 at Foxborough Stadium.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was Metallica, and it was Korn,
Ooh.
and it was Kid Rock with Josie, Power Man 5000,
Oh,
and then this
what a lineup.
and then this no-name band that people hadn't heard about yet, System of a Down.
No kidding.
What kind of name is Surge? Call. Who are these people?
Right. Oh my god, it was so surreal. I'm gonna get a little inappropriate because this is a story worth telling, right? Korn does their thing. They rock it, absolutely rock it. And then we're waiting for Metallica to set. And of course, it's a big, huge gap between Korn and Metallica. I'm sure there's a lot to set up for Metallica. So we're waiting, and the crowd's getting a little restless. And all of a sudden, I could have sworn I heard the national anthem playing. It might not have been, but this is how my memory works. And I see the whole floor audience turn their head to the right and then, lower their caps, and they're doing the whole national anthem. I'm like, oh, but there's no flag over there. And it's this lady, this young, attractive lady, gorgeous lady. And the two largest assets I've ever seen on a lady painted the American flag. And we were all doing the national anthem to this young lady. Making sure.
Breastises.
Yes.
God bless America.
God bless America. like that was my first show.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So can you share a moment when you felt like you made a significant impact on someone's life through your music?
Oh man, so I'm on the orange line, right? And I'm playing, and Josh and I are just kind of going off doing our normal day thing. And there's this dude who walks down, and he's got his head in his hands, and we're trying to play, and we noticed him, so we're trying to play some like lighter stuff. I think we played Patience, and I think I played one of my originals, and he was kind of like looking over, and then he goes over, he drops a buck in, and he hops on the train, thinking nothing of it, right? You never know where it's going to come from, where you're going to have some kind of impact on people's lives. Yep. 3 days later, I'm playing up. There's a place underneath the old State House where the orange and the blue line intersect.
Right? Oh, yeah. I think I've been there. Yep.
There's a couple of stars on the side, and it's actually where you're supposed to perform, but you follow those guidelines when you will. But we were playing up there because it was like commute time, and I recognize him, and he just tells me to stop playing. I'm like mid-song. I'm like,
oh,
you know what?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
right.
This is going to be good, right? So he tells me that when he got down in the train station that day, he was 27 days clean off of crack, right?
Wow.
And the last step in his sobriety was to go pay off his dealer. He had a debt with his dealer, and he wanted to just go there and do that. But something happened that day, and he was just completely not about it. So he was going to just go get high. Yeah. And he told me that sitting down, listening to us play, he actually went there, paid off the debt, and even got offered free stuff and turned him down and then left.
Wow.
And he said that it was thanks to us.
Oh, wow. That is awesome.
And you never know. It just could be anybody passing by, anybody that needs inspiration, and it's pretty heavy.
In a time that we're living right now with so much decisiveness or just so much, separation, you don't really understand how much impact that we could have. And that's a perfect example of just doing your thing, not realizing that what you're doing is having such a meaningful impact on somebody else's life. You probably changed the course of that life of that person, and
it's just building the love bubble, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, is just building the love bubble.
Absolutely.
And just not doing it to do that. There's a difference between doing it to change lives and doing it with hopes that you change a life.
Right.
and I like to think that I stay on that other side of the fence. You know, I don't have any self-serving need or anything like that.
Yeah, you're just trying to be a good human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really amazing. Like there's a lot of moving parts with our lives, and we're more intertwined than we realize. Not so much divided as as the media likes to make it seem like. But yeah,
Right.
no, we're more intertwined. We have more in common than we realize.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you have moments where people will ask you, you know, people say, "Oh, I'm just trying to spread my message." When you ask them what their message is, it's completely ambiguous. It's like you just want things to be better because you're doing this thing.
Right.
You know, and it's not necessarily like I have a message that says you should have 2,000 calories a day. You know, you don't have like a lockdown message. It's like, hey, you know, have a great day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Remember when it was cool to keep your opinions to yourselves?
Oh, whoa.
Until somebody asked you for your opinion. Like,
Man.
yeah, right. Like,
Can we bring that back?
can we bring that back? You know, but yeah, I know it's such a weird world we're living in right now. Just a lot of people looking for validation, and you know, a lot of people that are feeling lost. I think that's a lot of the reasons why we have so many people out there that are just addicted to drugs and alcohol, trying to escape all the tough parts of this life that they're going through right now.
Yeah, we talk about, you know, looking for validation on a self-produced podcast, but
Yeah,
know,
right.
it's neither here nor there.
There's a little bit of a fourth wall there, but you know what? That's okay.
Don't look at this hand.
Don't look at this
hand.
hand.
Nothing up my sleeve.
Right,
I'm just
exactly.
trying to have a conversation with my friends.
Oh man, yeah, you know, but it's you know, again, that's why I love music. That's why we're doing this show, and because music is what really cuts through all the gunk and bad parts of the life, and really just reminds you, you know, what's good about it.
That's the thing about shows is they help you escape. You're escaping your day, and you're doing so with not many substances. I mean, there's a little bit of imbibing happening.
Yeah.
However, that just kind of helps a little bit.
Loosens things up.
Yeah, social lubricant.
Yes.
And you know, you go there, and for those few hours, the only thing that matters is what's inside the walls, and
Yep.
not just the musicians, but the people. And that's the concept of the love bubble. Is like you're not just performing. You're not standing up here performing out there and they're enjoying each other while listening to you. And just like any sort of entertainment venue, whether it be sports, whether it be anything,
Right.
you're just getting together with like-minded people, enjoying something together. And togetherness, you know, it got tough there for a little bit. 2020 wasn't a time for togetherness. When togetherness was at arm's length, you know.
Right.
But you know, we're getting back to that mode, and it's a crawl to get there because we got so used to just staying away from everybody and everything and beware of the big sick. You know,
I think people are still there. I think some of us are just like, I know there's things going on outside, but I'm just gonna stay here in my boat. Especially with you know, working from home. You know, I know we're starting to transition back into the regular way of working, but there's still people out there that are still working from home, and I'm like,
yeah.
come out, like people. Okay, I'm talking to you. Go out.
It's the PSA over here.
Yeah, the PSA, and see these musicians perform, because I'm like, you know, it's one thing to watch a show. Don't stop watching my show. Like, definitely watch my show. But it's one thing to see a musician perform on social media or pre-recorded video. It's a whole nother experience to see them in the venue perform live, especially these small format venues. You know, a lot of them just love it if you go up and give them a hug. Like, I can just hear the musician community was like, "Don't tell them that.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me."
Just drop $1 in my guitar case.
Just high five me. I'll make it look cool. I'll strum a high five, get back to strumming.
Come on. Let's do the air high five. Air high five.
Yeah, right.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
But no, this going out to these venues is something special. And you get to make that kind of almost personal connection when you see somebody perform. So it's sweet, and I love your style, man. You I'm telling you. Okay, so he wasn't even performing. I'm going to give a plug to the local bar here, the Otter River Pub.
Congratulations to those guys getting back
Oh
there.
my God! Seriously, round of
Real applause.
wait, no, round of applause.
Yeah.
I deserve that. But no, seriously, I deserve that more. Local pub around here, fantastic pub. Our another musician that we'll have down the road on this podcast is Matt Black, who owns it, and puts blood, sweat, and tears into getting that place rehabbed.
Took 4 months after the fire, and it was reopened.
Yeah, the rehab. So they rehabbed it. They opened it the first week, burnt down. And I was like, what? And 4 months, like he said, 4 months later, they had it back up running. And it was a lot of volunteering, a lot of donations.
When I say it takes a village, literally this whole community was involved any way that they could, whether it was fundraising, whether it was I'm in construction, let's get to work. Everyone was determined to get this historical bar back, and 4 months. That's all it took.
4 months.
Yeah, and it was Kevin Shields that was performing.
Kevin Shields
my
was
buddy
performing.
Kevin.
Yeah, and shout out to Kevin. Kevin's like ridiculously talented. The fact that he played or 2 or 3 songs he's never played and nailed it, I was just like, okay,
That's how you do it, man.
yeah, exactly. But this guy comes into the bar and the whole place lights up. The whole place lights up. And you could tell it was just the energy level had just been raised. And
the biggest coincidence was I had reached out to JJ and I'm like, hey, you should come on our podcast because I've known JJ for a while.
Right.
And so here's Chris going live on the Facebooks, at the Onion. And all of a sudden he's live on you. And I'm like,
yes,
I'm like, Chris, that's JJ.
That's when
that
you
was the
texted
small
me.
world.
Yeah, and that I know. I like talk about like the universe bringing people together, right?
Yeah.
Music brings us all together.
We made a commercial previewing that day.
Yeah, we did. I know. So I'm like, oh, I can get like a rehearsal here. All right, let's go down. And I knew right away. I'm like, this man is interesting. He's been through things, and he's just still just the life of the party. Like,
did I do a good job booking guests?
oh my God, yes. I still can't afford to pay you, but yes.
You should have a tip bucket right there.
Yeah, you should.
Eventually.
I figure if I just keep paying her in bread, that's what we'll do.
That's
Yeah.
that would be
No, she wants money.
I'm gonna need to get more pants, and that requires,
Yeah.
money
pants.
if you're gonna pay me in bread.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
you still got a couple of days to resell said bread before it goes stale, and
that's a
then
good point.
you could use the bread for pants money.
I know I need to get off the bread because, I love making dough, but not like that.
Homemade bread calories don't count.
Oh, you're right. They don't.
That's right. I think that was in a Martha Stewart book somewhere.
I think so. But
That or Paula Deen.
oh
Paula
my
Deen.
God.
Hey, there you
go. Yeah. We but yeah, that's kind of like our goal. We're hoping to grow this wonderful thing and get more musicians like yourself in here and just kind of give them a venue, give them an audience. That's what it's about. Where do we go from here?
How about another song?
Yeah. So I know I'm gonna switch the order up in these two songs because this just happens to be a part of that. So
It's your future. We're just here for it.
We're just here for the ride.
One thing One thing about busking that's weirder than anything else, than any other type of performing, is like you have a set list. You go on for hours and whatever, what have you, and you play all different songs and you perform all different types of ways. And when you're busking, sometimes it can get monotonous because you have like 7 minutes on average to touch somebody's heart and to really reach in. And it's not just playing the songs, you know, you got to make eye contact and, you know, perform to them, you know, exclusively. And then that's how they notice you. And you're not just coming out of speakers, that you're actually there disturbing the peace for pocket change, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So I ended up writing a song about it, about the way that, you know, you really feel while you're down there. And I actually, for the first time, I actually recorded a song, like in a studio, do multiple takes of these 5 notes, and we'll pick through them, find the best one. It was exhausting. It was awesome.
All
and
right.
Shout out to Adam Clapper for recording it. And it's going to be coming out like on actual stuff soon, like, I don't know, Spotify and like YouTube Music and that sort of stuff. But it's called the Spotlight Platform.
It's not easy to shed a tear anymore. When I look into a stranger's eyes, how do you touch the heart of a passerby? It's all the same on a pauper stage. All that remains is the smile on your face as you slowly walk away. I'm on for my next 7 minutes of fame. You look to see what's in my soul through every word I say. All the pain my heart would release if I let it see the light of day. It's all the same on a pauper stage. All that remains is the smile on your face as you slowly walk away. I'm out from my next 7 minutes of fame. So sit and listen, just to pass the time, as I pour my heart out on the orange line. It's all the same on a pauper stage. All that remains is the smile on your face as you slowly walk away. I'm out for my next 7 minutes of fame.
Woo. Wow. You know what I really love about your whole thing is that voice. That voice, man. Oh. I mean, I love the lyrics. I love the songwriting that you're doing. But you know, without that raspy voice, man, I don't think it would have the same feeling. The fact that, and you're pushing so much emotion through it.
It's all T-gunk, man. From the trains going by, man. All that stuff that gets in you better than the tar from cigarettes.
No lie. Like, that stuff is intense.
Yeah, you're down there singing for like 6, 7, 8 hours, and all of a sudden you come up, you're like, hold on a sec, and black gunk just comes out of your face.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a buddy that was, we were on the Green Line, and he was, kind of chewing on a toothpick, and that toothpick fell out of his mouth, hit the floor of the Green Line, and like, okay, well, let's just move on. No, he picks it up and he puts it back in his mouth. Oh my God, puts it back in his mouth. I'm pretty sure he got Ebola.
No, he's immune from COVID now.
Yeah, he's the one guy that didn't get COVID. Yeah, he's the one guy that didn't get COVID. It was just like, oh my God, what are you doing?
I would rather skinny dip in the Charles than eat something off of a Green Line floor.
Serious? Anyways, but no, it's great, and the energy that you bring is just, again, awesome, and that shows through your music, which is great.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's get back to the questions, Chris. Stop fangirling. Okay. We did that one. La 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 la. Dee 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 dee. You know what? I have to, if I can get licensing to the Jeopardy theme music, we'll have to add that in there as I'm trying to not fumble through these.
It's probably on the clearance rack the way that Jeopardy's taken a dive since Alex.
Oh,
left
that's
the show.
true. I know that.
Probably get that on the clearance rack.
That show was Alex.
Everything Disney or Mickey Mouse's.
That's true.
It's about to be the public domain.
Yes,
yeah,
it already is.
It already is. Yeah, Willie there.
Small world after all.
All right, here we go. I narrowed down.
Here we go. Here we go again.
Living or dead? Would you prefer to be either? No, living. Sorry, I deviated.
Don't ask me to play my fourth song.
We play it all.
Yeah, we play it all. We play it all. Living or dead? A dream artist you would like to collaborate with?
This is such a tough question to think about because there's so many.
Oh, I know.
There's so many different ones. Like, I would love to.
Doesn't have to be
to jam out with somebody like Albert King. That would be somebody because I number one, I love anyone that plays a righty guitar lefty without switching the strings around. That's sexy.
Yes.
But because I saw this one video on YouTube where he's jamming with Stevie Ray Vaughan. And it's like two kids in the playground. It's like, oh, you do this. Oh, my turn. I got you, And they're just having a blast. That would be so cool. I think jamming with somebody like with either Steven Tyler or Jelly Roll would be really fun too.
Oh my God.
Because I'd like to see him, playing the piano with the harmonica thing on, and just go off, and just jam out with him.
I'm surprised you never even bumped into Steven Tyler out there in Boston. I know he's in Brookline, but
the only time I ever ran into him, walked by him, was over at the Marshfield Fair one time.
Oh, really?
That was about it.
Wow.
You can't miss him.
No, he stands up, folks.
Yeah, he's probably as far as live performing, he's probably one of my biggest influences.
Nice.
As far as because if you come to one of the Verge shows, which there's a bunch of them coming up. We got Chopsticks we're going to be playing at on the first. I
love Chopsticks.
Yeah, come there on the 1st or 2nd of where the hell are we? March.
Yeah. Okay.
Come out the 1st or 2nd of March, Friday and Saturday. I love back-to-back gigs. I just leave my stuff there,
Yeah.
But we're playing out there, and I get a lot of the performing, grabbing the microphone stand, spinning around with it, that sort of thing.
Right.
You tie a scarf to it?
Yes. Yes. I actually got a handkerchief or a little bandana from Guns N' Roses show when they came to Fenway.
Oh, nice.
And I tie that around, and it's funny because Guns N' Roses, one of their biggest influences is Aerosmith. Slash was even in the biography Walk This Way. Slash did a little portion for it.
Walk this way. I swear, Slash just never ages.
No, absolutely not.
That man is just a fountain of talent.
and youth. Like
Yes.
the guy.
I saw them in New Orleans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he was
wow.
actually went too, because they had a falling out for a little bit also. But it was cool to see them at Voodoo Fest in New Orleans.
What if all his power is in that hat that he wears?
That's it. It's like Frosty's hat.
Yes.
It's
You take it off and he ages like 50 years instantly.
slash in other times than winter is Frosty the Snowman in the wintertime.
Right.
I'm starting it. I'm starting the rumor.
There we
Is their
go.
hair glued to the hat?
It could be. You heard it here, folks.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. That's it.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm telling you. I know. I don't have any direct connection with Steven Tyler. Although, if you are watching this and want to come on the show, hit me up. We might be able to squeeze you in. I don't know.
Bookings at cgbroadcasting.com.
Bookings at CG Broadcasting.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that'd be really cool to even just pick his brain. Like, yeah, we could play a song. That'd be cool.
Just
Right?
tell
And just
stories.
Pick his brain.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Could you imagine the stories? Oh man.
My first concert I ever went to when I was 12, back at the Fleet Center, was Aerosmith and Kiss. And I loved that on the big screens behind them, they were showing videos of them like on skateboards making this contraption to put a drum set on, and they're literally just like rolling down, an overpass on a highway, and like you recognize that, and it was just really cool to see like those old home videos of them rocking out. I would love to hear some of the stories he has.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've seen Aerosmith a few times. Two of which was really funny because I got picked up from jail in a limo.
Oh my god.
That's a local police station. Long story there.
Wait a minute. I'm putting it all together.
Yeah. Yeah. So after I get picked up from the police station in a limo, we drive down to the show. And we get down there, and this is when online ticketing was in its infancy, right?
Right.
Like getting the tickets online and getting them in. My dad just had the envelope sitting up there, didn't look at them or anything, until we get down there, and we go up, and like, beep, comes up red. This is Saturday. Beep, comes up red. So these are for Monday's show.
Uh-oh.
So we're walking around trying to figure something out, run into a scalper that's selling the lawn seats in the new lawn seats when they first put them in.
Oh yeah.
For face value, $55 a piece.
Oh.
I was like, you got tickets? He's like, yeah. I was like, you got 4? He's like, yeah.
Where was this,
Bet.
Mansfield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Was it the Tweeter Center or was it the what?
I think it was the Tweeter Center. I think
Yeah.
it just transitioned from Great Woods at the time.
Yes. Yeah.
So get the tickets, go in. Pouring rain. We're just outside of the roof, and this is one of those moments where his stage presence and stage performance really influenced me, because sometimes you just say screw it, you just abandon all the technical stuff, because they had a second stage right after they get done their first little set down there. They walk straight up the middle of the crowd and get up on the second stage, which is actually at the edge of the roof. I'm literally front row center for this second stage.
Wow.
Right? Face value tickets, right? And I think they just didn't want to go because it was raining, but screw it.
Yeah.
It was pouring. I was having a blast. Some of my favorite concerts I've ever been to have been in the rain.
Yes,
Like that Fenway Guns N' Roses show.
I was at Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks, and
Oh,
at
talk about rain.
Gillette. And you know what? Honestly, I was just so wrapped up in the music and the environment. You don't even feel the rain.
Yeah, once you're wet, you're wet. It's done.
Yeah.
It's the first 3 raindrops that are really annoying. But he comes out and he's getting ready to do Dream On, and they'd kind of shrunken back a little bit, but he kind of had one of those screw it moments and goes and stands up on the monitors, raising his mic stand up like a lightning rod, and does all of Dream On right like as far as you are from me.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was nuts. And I'm just looking up like, I'm just like 16 at the time, and it's just
Oh my god.
it was one of the most powerful things that influenced me in what I do when I do my stage performance, because if you don't put it all out there, then you're
Right.
keeping some for yourself.
Yeah, don't hold back.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah, it's like you remembered how you felt that one time, and it's like, no, I gotta pay it forward and return that, that presence, that feeling to somebody else.
Yeah.
Exactly. because I know how I felt when they were able to do that. And as long as I'm
Absolutely.
still capable, because there's going to be a day where I'm not capable of doing that anymore.
Yep.
You know, things break down.
Oh,
And
yeah.
So, I mean, until that day, why not ride it till the wheels fall off, you know?
Yes,
Hell
that's
yeah.
right.
So, do you have any advice for any aspiring musicians just starting out?
I'd say get organized. Gumption's tough to just pick up off the ground. But getting organized, setting time aside specifically for writing, you know, putting away all distractions and stuff like that, because I am so bad at that. And if it's one thing that I could reach back and strangle the hell out of my 16-year-old self, be like, hey, set a little bit of time aside, do some writing, get yourself completely organized. And, you know, not everything is going to be a gem, but anything that you throw away definitely won't be. So get yourself, make it your priority if you're going to make it your priority. And don't let all the distractions of 2024 get in the way of you letting it be that priority. Because it could be a beautiful thing, and you never know who you're going to touch with the words that are coming out of your mouth.
You're living proof of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if it sounds stupid to you. Like, I got a song that I wrote when I was 18, when I was in Kuwait, and I don't like it. It got like chopped down to the smallest form. And it used to be 10 minutes in this whole big production with 2 characters and all this other stuff. It got shrunk down, and I don't hate it. You know what I mean? I'll still play it. I still play it, you know, at times. But when people come up to me after the show and they're like, oh my God, what was that one song? I'm like, really? So you never know, because everybody's living a different life. Everybody is living a different life. And what touches your life and what touches their life could be 2 totally separate things, because you're on the, you know, complete opposite sides of the chaos that is all of our lives and all of our existence and all of our interminglings. So get organized, write, take time, make it your priority if you're going to.
I like it.
It's beautiful. That's beautiful. You know, and that's why we're doing this whole show to begin with, is just to show people who are out there, the younger, especially the younger generation, who have such a passion for music, for writing, for performing, but are just, you know, a little held back, a little preemptive, or, you know, just not wanting to put themselves out there. And, you know, take that step. You never know how it's going to turn out. Like, and to see you out there doing your thing, and especially after everything that you've been through, and the fact that you're still out there and just living and doing a great job.
Yeah, I used to run this. I used to run this open mic. It was an all-acts open mic in Colorado Springs. We called it Colorado's Best Duds.
Ooh.
It was at CBD.
I love it.
I love that.
I ran it for over a year, and you know, it was in the middle of me doing all the stand-up comedy stuff, getting invited to do roasts and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, they started to find out that I did music, because I took a little bit of a break, you know, from it after doing the train station thing. I was like, you know, I'm going to take a little bit of a break from music, because, you know, it started to seem more like a job, and I want to get the love back into it. So I started playing music a little bit more. So then I got invited to be the host of this thing, you know, bring the energy.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, bet. So I started doing the open mic, and I just encouraged anybody that did anything, no matter what. We had a dude that did origami for 10 minutes, built a 3-headed dragon out of origami, just out of a piece of paper.
Wow.
Right. And I was like, he was like, can I do this on the stage? I'm like,
It's the whole dang
Yeah.
variety show.
This is like America's Got Talent before America's Got Talent.
it super was. And I got to have all sorts of experiences with people. Like, that's where I first played a dulcimer.
Oh.
Yeah, because somebody brought a dulcimer.
That is awesome.
It's crazy instrument, but it's super fun to play. So there was this guy who just kept coming week after week, right? Yeah. And he'd see him in the corner, you know, he'd clap and then get back. He was writing stuff on a little napkin, one of the little bar napkins.
Yeah.
And after like 5-6 weeks, I go over to him, you know, and I'm just like, hey, how you doing? You know, start up a conversation with him, you know. And he was like, can I go up there? I'm like, dude, absolutely. what do you do? He's like, well, I write poetry. I've never been on a stage before. I'm like, really? Yes, get on the stage.
Yeah.
Here's the piece of paper. Sign up right now. So he gets up on the stage and he's like sitting like this, with the microphone.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just reading off of this bar napkin. And by the time he got done, he sheepishly looks up and the whole crowd was lit up.
Wow.
Screaming, hooting, and hollering, for this guy.
Oh, I love that.
And, it's something, it's the start of something special because, like you said, just do it.
Yeah,
just do it. Share your story because, and it's not about what you're going to get paid for, what you're going to get out of it. It's not about that. Money's the byproduct of happiness. Yes. That's what it is.
Yep.
I like that a lot.
And just get out there.
Just get out there. Yeah. And that's why we do what we love, So let's go ahead. Do you have any more songs?
I got one. I usually close my shows with it. I have one more that I'll give you. I wrote it when I was in Afghanistan.
Oh wow, nice. One thing we gotta do, Nikki. I just want to point this out. Is this poor man has has struggled with his cord for the monitor. Sorry, we're still having, we're still getting things kind of figured out here. So
that's okay.
Yeah,
it works pretty well on this side because it once you get it down here, it goes up under.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get in the way of the strings because it's high enough.
Oh, that's good. I think for our next show, we'll have them under the table.
Yeah. As much as you want to use that because you think that's what it's there for, but
I honestly I got excited when I saw the hole. I saw a hole and I got excited.
Yeah.
Happens
to the best of us.
Happens to the best of us, right?
That's why he does all of his shows behind the table.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't notice.
Nope.
I had a Twitch channel. I regularly did shows without wearing pants.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it's about.
I know somebody that for Halloween one year dressed up as Zoom Work From Home 2020, where he wore like a button-down shirt with a tie and just his tighty whities.
Oh my God. If you do, it takes a deep dive on YouTube, right? It takes a deep dive on YouTube, but if you can find it, I wrote a song called Jovial COVID Christmas.
What?
Jovial COVID Christmas.
Do we have time for 2 more songs?
I don't remember the words. You'll have to find it on there, but it's Jovial COVID Christmas.
Hey, folks, if we can find it, we'll throw a link to it after the end of the show.
I am intrigued.
Yeah, all my decorations on one side of the room looks kind of awkward, but it looks festive on Zoom.
Oh, I love it.
It's the whole song, like, Jovial COVID Christmas, and it's like a minute and a half. So yeah, if you can find it, I had longer hair at the time.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, but this song I wrote in Afghanistan, and it was about being away from my son. He was 3 at the time when I was there, and we'd just gone through 3 days of riots in the streets, man. It was May of 2011, and I was in Kandahar. And after we got through this insane ordeal, I go back. I hadn't slept in 3 days, and my buddy Jimmy Fields, shout out Jimmy, love you, buddy. He's playing this because he's from the South, so naturally he knows how to finger pick, and this is the only thing I know how to finger pick. But he's playing this, and he's got 4 lines on a piece of paper, and they're the first 4 lines of this song. And he was like, I don't know where to go from here. So I was, in my head and feeling some kind of thing. So I grabbed it and verbally vomited all over the page. And what came out is this song. It's called Let Your Grievance Subside. Love you, buddy. This is where we all fall in to a journey with no regression. What's buried beneath
our sympathies, is our needs, our wants, and obsessions. But it's over now, so wave goodbye. Lend them a whisper and close your eyes. Let your grievance subside. Bound by our actions, surrounded by fear, together we stand in line. Full of regret, we'll soon forget everything that we left behind. But it's over now, so wave goodbye. Lend them a whisper and close your eyes. Let your grievance subside. Or burn down your bridge. This is no place for the petty. Our final chapter is seldom clear. You never go when you're ready. But it's over now, so wave goodbye. Lend them a whisper and close your eyes. Let your grievance subside. But it's over now, so wave goodbye. Lend them a whisper, close your eyes. Let your grievance subside. Make it count, make them cry, leave a glisten in their eyes. Let them sleep soundly tonight.
Woo! Wow. Wow, that's a powerful song. Jeez.
Thank you, man. I
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah,
that.
Got it. Yeah, it's and that's what that's what music is all about. It's just hitting that emotional nerve and exposing it to the wind and letting everybody hear the airwaves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
'Cause it may help somebody someday.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, let me just say that this has been an absolute blast.
Hey, likewise, man.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
having a ball here.
Yeah, we'll get you back and do another show because I feel like that you have way more story.
Oh yeah, there's some good ones. You know who? You know my favorite audience in Boston, right? When I got sick of people, when I got sick of just not the people in general, just the mass amount of people all the time.
Yeah.
And when I'd go down, the front of the aquarium where
The sea
seals-
lions?
where the seals are. That was my audience. I would go and I would play. I'd put the whole of the guitar up against the glass right below the water level.
No way.
And I'd start playing and they'd all be laid up on the rocks and stuff. But then they see me and they hear the music and they'd jump in the water and they'd start swimming back and forth and they'd come up and do this cool thing where like they're together and they bob out of the water like that.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
I'd be out there like 3 a.m. doing that sort of stuff. It was it was so fun.
All right, I hope all you other musicians are hearing that. Like, if you need an audience and people ain't doing it, go in front of the New England Aquarium and just throw some songs out there for the seals.
They're basically like water dogs.
Yeah, they're super
they
fun.
love it.
They're adorable when they play.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, I know. And then like even Mystic Aquarium, they have that beluga whale that interacts with the people as well. I bet you that beluga whale would like some music too.
Right?
Field trip.
Field trip.
That's right.
Oh man. Oh, thank you so much for coming down, sharing your story, sharing your songs.
Well, thank you for having me, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for getting a hold of me, Nikki.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Yeah. Nikki is like my lifesaver when it comes to this. She's really my backbone. Our budget is in the negative, but our
The attitude's still
but
positive.
the attitude's still positive. That's right. And so a lot of this wouldn't happen without Nikki. So again, thank you, Nikki.
Of course. Thank you so much for coming on. I mean, I reached out a few days ago and here you are. So thank
I know.
you. Thank you so much.
Pleasure's all mine, man.
I know. And people people watching this like, oh, well, it must take months of advanced planning to get all. No, we.
Not when you're a trash can musician like me, baby.
Yeah.
And you know what, though? I also need to give some credit just to this whole community of musicians that we have in our area.
We were just talking about this, too.
It's crazy. Like, that everyone is so supportive of one another.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody takes care of one another. Like, just the fact that I could just shoot out a message, hey, want to be a feature? And yes, I'll be there. Like, it's just the community of everyone takes care of each other and looks out for one another. And it's great. I'm so blessed and happy to be in this area with all of these musicians for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so quick plug time.
Yep, there you go.
Number one, come out and see The Verge. Go to vergebandrocks.com so you can get our full schedule and the whole link tree of where you can find us.
Nice.
Look up Verge Band on Facebook. I'm also playing some solo acoustic shows. I believe in March I am playing at Hanto in Ashfield.
Ashfield.
Ashfield, I think it is.
Okay.
God, I'm so bad with these Massachusetts towns. I'm from a lot further east. But
Oh, yeah.
I think there's only one Hanto anyway.
Yeah.
It's great food, by the way.
Ooh, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'm playing there on March 21st.
Match.
And also, one other thing that I do, if you are a veteran that is looking to learn how to play one of these ugly wooden things with strings on them, go to guitarsforvets.org, I believe.
Okay.
And take a look into Guitars for Vets. The Worcester chapter just opened not too long ago. I just graduated my first class of veterans. You sign up once a week for 10 weeks. You come see me. I'm an instructor with them. There's one other guy that's an instructor. And at the end of those 10 weeks, you get a free guitar.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a nice acoustic guitar, too. So, yeah, just graduated nine vets. We're looking to start the next rotation. So by all means, guitarsforvets, I believe, .org. I didn't get organized, musicians.
Get organized.
We'll look it up and put a link in.
Yeah, we'll put a link for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's a great program, and we're actually trying to start a branch right here in Gardner, right over in the disabled veteran community over on the other side of the college.
Yep.
We're looking to start a chapter over there too for people who live further out west that don't want to go all the way to Worcester.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'd do a class there as well.
Gotcha. No, that's great. That's wonderful. A lot of veterans, I think, are overlooked, and for all the sacrifice that they've made, for defending our freedom, to have that program available, give them some an outlet like that, teach them some music, man.
Yeah, especially when in the veteran community, mental health support is, it's crowded. We'll say it's crowded because a lot of us need it, and they can only do so much with how they do it right now, and if you can just have your own way to have therapy, right here, right in your home, where you can just sit back and pick around, and have that outlet, then that's the main goal of Guitars for Vets.
And no offense to the therapists that are out there, but I personally would rather listen to guitar.
Yeah, get a hold of Bruce Ware over at the Worcester Vet Center. He'll hook you up.
Nice. That's incredible. Well, thank you for again coming down, sharing everything you've shared, and thank you also for your service. Hoorah.
Glad
yeah, there we go. No, but thank you for for everything. And the music was awesome. We look forward to having you come back in again. Check him out, JJ Dale. Find him on Instagram. You can find him on Facebook. We'll share you some links. And
I'll get better at posting on them.
Yes, please do.
I swear.
You have time before this goes live.
Right.
And thank you guys for tuning in on this episode of the Musical Chairs of Massachusetts. Make sure you give us a like and follow so that you can continue watching episodes as awesome as this one has been.
And subscribe to the YouTube channel.
And
too.
subscribe. Yes, please.
They made me do it.
Yes.
That was part of me paying the toll to be able to sit in this chair. Was
Paid
to
the
subscribe.
troll toll.
Yeah,
Yes.
so one of the things we do when we get a musician to come and do our show is we first tie them down and then like force their finger to hit the subscribe button. And if he doesn't do it,
We waterboard them.
we waterboard him. Yeah. It's
Imagine being waterboarded while being tickled with a feather.
Oh
What do you
my
think
God.
those things behind you are for?
Yes. Those aren't
Good God.
Those aren't cattails.
I've been blinking in Morse code this entire time.
These aren't cat.
I'm not safe.
He's going in the trailer. He's going in the trailer with the audience. We're starting a collection.
That's where we get our members.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's
We
right.
collect them in the trailer.
We collect them.
We've revealed too much.
Yes, it puts the music in the basket. It gets the lotion again. So,
They call it the boombox.
but again, guys, thank you for everyone's help here, and that's just another episode of the Musical Chairs of Massachusetts.
Bye.
Bye, guys.